talk about Coach Schork.
Yeah.
Eric Schork. Eric, I hope you watch this, my man. What are some – first, talk about who Coach Schork is. I don't think you really
I got probably a month of Coach Schork when I transferred in.
A month of him. All right,
Yeah.
I got 4 years. But I would say he's very, like, old school, hard-nosed, like, kind of – once he wants you to, like, work as hard as you can to, like, almost earn his respect.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to earn it before you kind of, like, get a little bit more leeway.
Yeah.
But what are some funny stories you have? And I'll give you some funny stories I have.
Yeah. First, definitely shout out to Coach Schork. One of my mentors taught me so much and really cares a lot about me and has helped me in so many ways. And just got the job up at Utah, so shout out to him.
Yeah, that's great.
Coach Schork, I tell people this story. My first couple months were brutal under him just because he demanded so much and he wants everyone to be great around him. And so when you're not great, he lets you know. And that's the same thing for the players, just like me. And so I tell everyone the story about it was within my first month. And during practice, we had to set up some lights. We used to do the fit lights, which kind of, reaction lights that you do. And I was in charge of setting them up. And during practice, everyone was going to have a station. We were going to have a station, and people were going to be working with us. And so I got the fit lights all running and working. I've triple checked them. And practice starts. Quadruple checked them, and they start. We start going, and we get our first group, and Coach Pope walks over to watch our group do the lights, and the lights just stop working. And at that point, Coach Schork's holding the tablet, and he's trying to figure it out, and I'm just sitting there mortified because I totally had messed up, and I don't know what I messed up. I thought it was good. I triple checked, but it just didn't work, and so he definitely let me know that wasn't okay, and we have to be better, and we can't really, while everyone makes mistakes, we got to be able to work through them and figure things out. And so that was honestly a great lesson for me, just because, stuff's not always going to go your way, and so you just got to take the punches, and you got to get better, and you can't just dwell on that. It's just, okay, well, tomorrow the lights got to work. You just got to find a way to kind of.
Your life is very much like life lessons. So everybody, you got to learn a lot.
I'm sure that was like a tough first kind of boss, I guess, to have, but everything after probably in your career so far is like has not compared to it.
Yeah, honestly, I tell people like every boss, because I'd worked for two guys before him, and every boss I had was perfect for me in the moment. And so honestly, Coach Schork was perfect because my boss at VCU was so great, and I loved working for him. And I learned so much under him, but he was very relaxed and very I don't want to say chill, but we had a trust, and he didn't really care about the little details as far as what I was doing as much, as long as I could get the job done or whatever. And so Coach Schork kind of was the opposite of that. And so at the time, that was what I needed, was try to be able to handle high pressure situations and work really hard and really care about all the details. He was a big details guy. And so honestly, I'm really grateful for it. I think it was super tough for a couple months, but once you learn what he wants and learn how he wants things done, you're definitely better for it because that attention to detail is always gonna help you out.
Yeah, I remember a little side story with me and Coach Schork being a player. You were just saying like he's perfect for you in that moment, right? And so thinking about it, I was like, oh, maybe Parker's gone to something when you said that, because I was thinking about when you like start playing or something like that. Sometimes when you live a life that's like, I want to say, like in Utah, you're very like you're in a bubble, right? And so it's almost like a lot of kids, even when the kids I train, they're like almost too cool when they start playing and stuff like that. And so Coach Schork really kind of beats that out of you. And he's like, hey, we're going to work so hard that like there's no like breaks, there's no like cool mentality. Like once you step over the lines, you're going to work. And where were you? Do you remember when I like passed out?
No.
That was my freshman year. I broke my thumb, so I was with Coach Schork for 3 weeks. And I remember we did footwork for like an hour. And then we did bike sprints.
I don't know if we should tell the story.
We did 100 leg presses, and we ran into the treadmill circuit. And I remember I got to the last sprint on the treadmill. I'm not going to talk about the treadmill circuit. And I like couldn't hold on. Like I couldn't like do it without holding on. And he's like, you know what? Like just get out. Like go to the training room if you can't finish it. I remember I take one step and I like swear I blacked out. Get to the training room. And all I hear is Coach Schork go up to the team and say, guys, we lost a soldier today. Like, no context, no nothing. Just we lost a soldier.
Yeah, I think, one thing I always tell people, and there's one thing that was great about Coach Schork is there were so many times where we were in the weight room and he was pushing someone and he said, we got to finish this X amount of reps or amount of weight. And I used to be like sitting there in the back, like, I don't know if he's going to be able to finish it. Like, we should probably, bring it down a little bit. But, maybe not you, but everyone else always, always seemed to kind of dig deep and get it done. And so that was a lesson for me. Like, hey, these guys want to be pushed. And often we're putting on limits on people that don't exist. And we got to allow them to push past their limits and our limits and really work as hard as they can and reach those new heights.
It's kind of crazy. I bet you felt this trying to come back. Like, your brain almost limits your body, right? Like, your body can go so much farther, but your brain is almost like, hey, let's calm it down. Like, but once you get to like you feel like your breaking point, you have like a whole nother like 3 levels you can actually reach before you actually reach that breaking point. So I think it's super unique how like your brain kind of works and how you got to like be comfortable being uncomfortable. I love that saying. So that's super interesting.
Yeah, no, I definitely. UC Irvine, our coach, was that way all the time, always pushing your mental capacity, like. To where, like, when I first broke my hand, I was coming back in practice. It was like 4 or 5 weeks. I just broke it, had surgery, came back, and he would just get so mad if I wasn't playing to my potential, blaming it on my hand. Like, every little thing was because of my hand. And he just made points about that all the time. Like, it's just a mental thing. So and, like, it doesn't hurt. Crazy. You got to get over it. Which is, like, I don't know how true it is. but definitely that mental ability to, like, put things aside and just work is definitely key.